Welcome to the Financial Clinic. This is where we talk matters, finances. And tunaisemaga ni clinic ya mfuko. Reception tumeweka sawa. We are ready for you. Today we want to talk about marriage and financial implications. It's almost like a hybrid of the relationship clinic and the financial clinic together. And so it is marriage and financial implications. I'd asked you a question earlier on. Would you take a loan to do your wedding? It's interesting. It's just the ladies who are answering. Wanaume, talk to me. Tell me, would you take a loan to do your wedding? I've got a message here that says, Leo Financial Clinic, metufikia. I'm currently planning my wedding for August. No, I can't take a loan for a wedding. And then Liz in Dubai says, wedding is emergency. It's not an emergency. Why take a loan for it? You can take your time and prepare for it, or just do a simple wedding that you can afford. And then Eunice in Mariakani is saying, no way in the world would I take a loan to fund a wedding. I'd rather go with my partner and 2 witnesses kwa mchungaji atufunganishe na twende makwetu. I have seen it being done in my church, and I was so happy. That's the new trend. This morning, we get to hang out with mchungaji amefika studio from Kingdom Embassy, Julius Murage. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
You're also part of what you call Family Matters.
Yeah, I'm part of Family Matters. Actually, I'm known as Murage Family Matters.
Oh, really?
Murage wa Family Matters.
What is Family Matters all about?
Family Matters is God has allowed us to see everything in the world as a family. You know, he says that he is the father of the families in heaven and the families on earth.
Yes.
And everything that God created, he created it as a family.
Yeah.
We have like the galaxy, the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Yes.
It's like the father, mother, and the son,
children.
and the sons. So you remember even when we were in school, we are learning the classification of animals.
Yes.
Like family, the
Yes.
plants.
Yes.
When you talk of plants, trees, it's a classification of families.
Okay.
So when we come at home, there is a family. Today in the church, okay, people have adopted is like a father-son relationship, but it's not really accurate. It's just like a swag. But where members are calling their pastor daddy,
yes,
and then he's saying sons. But the truth of the matter is God wanted us to raise sons. To him.
He's the father.
We raise sons to him. And then the sons who are his sons, he can give us to us so that they can become the sons of men.
Okay. But
in the beginning, they are sons of God. Even when we come to the issue of marriage, Malachi chapter 3, allowed from 13, 14, 15, he says the reason why he brings 2 people together is so that they can raise a godly seed.
Godly seed, yes.
Yeah. That we are sons of God. Yeah. The beginning is that we came from above. We even didn't come from our mothers and our fathers.
No, we came from above.
We came from above. We are not tribal. We did not come from our tribes. We came from above.
Okay.
And then from above, he chose us to place us into different families, different tribes. Yeah.
Now, talking about marriage and financial implications, tuanzie hapo kwa wedding, because this is where now the 2 people who want to get married, they begin to feel the pressure of financial implications.
Yeah.
And I was asking a very interesting question, would you take a loan to do a wedding? So for that young man, young woman who are along this journey, what pointers can you give them when it comes now to planning the wedding and the financial implications involved? What should they be aware of? Because there's so much pressure when it comes to doing a wedding. Yeah,
there is a lot of pressure, and sometimes people are opting not to do the wedding. They just elope.
Yeah.
And we are seeing it so much, even in the church.
Even in the church, yeah.
Yeah, we are seeing it. People are eloping because they really don't. Our culture, our traditions in the churches have not really allowed that simple wedding, like the Adam and the Eve. Yeah. or Isaac and Rebecca.
And Rebecca.
Yeah, people are not. People really think of something like Jacob, and you know Jacob took a loan actually when he was marrying the second wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one he worked.
Yes,
but
actually,
the second one was a loan.
it was a loan.
Yeah.
A 7-year loan.
Yeah, it's a 7-year loan.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's not. They are not the first one to take a loan. Jacob took a loan. He married 2 wives. Leah, he worked for 7 years.
Yes.
Then he was to work for another
7 years.
7 years.
For Rachel.
But for Rachel. But that one he was loaned. Well, basically, it is not good to take a loan because you are doing, you want to do a wedding.
Yeah.
Because the first important thing that people should understand is that the building of the family is the core. The issue is not the wedding. God did not even tell us to do weddings. I remember one time I was, we were being denied those certificates of in Sharia house.
Yes.
There were so many things that were. There is a time they registered all of us, and then we had to apply again.
Yeah.
And when we were reapplying, I was told that we will not give you.
Why?
I told them no, why?
Yeah.
Because it is not part of ministry. Yes, also God did not tell me to go and join weddings. Joining weddings and burying people is the work of the government. We work for government to do that.
Yeah.
Basically, those certificates that we give,
From the government.
they are from the government.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, so
very true.
It is very, very important for people to know that God has called us to plant families, not to do weddings. Yeah. So where should we put?
Not that weddings are wrong.
Not that wedding is a journey.
Yes.
It is taking us there.
It is the beginning of a journey.
Yes. It is like now when I was coming from home, I was directed to this place, family.
Yes.
Family Media House. That's where I was coming. But there is a journey I was to take.
Yeah.
The caload and all that. So the most important thing is that I'm not supposed to delay along the road. Yeah, I should not become stopping, looking at the things, the sceneries, the beautiful roads that are being built, or all that.
Because that's not the purpose.
Because that is not the purpose. That is not where I was going. It is important for us to know where is the pin. The pin is directing me to building or planting the family.
The family.
It is not doing the wedding. That's a journey. Yeah. So you should not delay, and you should not use a lot of time. You better wake up early. I like the way some people are answering that you better plan or even save all that. Yeah. And even I normally say you should not also spend a lot of your savings on the wedding.
But I think that the pressure, a lot of people do weddings to impress others. And so because I saw your wedding, I'm thinking yangu lazima ikuwe noma sana kuliko yako. And so I will go out of my way to hire this and to pay for this so that my wedding looks more flamboyant than yours. And I think, you know, even with all these programs we see about weddings and what the magazines, I think a lot of people are under pressure to impress, to make an impression. And so they go into debt because of the wedding.
Well, if they ask us, like for me, I've been joining wedding for the last 20 or 25 or 20, 23 years.
Yes.
Been joining weddings. I have joined all types of weddings.
Yes.
I have done weddings in Safari Park. I have done weddings along the lakes, or along the
ocean, the
ocean.
beach. Yes.
Yeah. There is a time I did a wedding at Kilifi in a hotel, and then we went for photo shooting in the sea. The cake was long. You know, if you try to do all those things, and some of those things they are not really wedding, especially okay. Those weddings are supposed to legalize the marriage.
The union, yes.
The union,
yes.
To legalize the marriage. And that's why I'm saying it is pure government thing. And the government does not require you to buy rice. The government does not require you to feed people. The government requires you
pastor, utaki tukule mchele?
No, kukula mchele ni sawa. Lakini unajua watu wale sasa wanatusubua sana.
That is so funny.
Like now, for instance, if I was doing my wedding today, or you are doing your wedding today,
yes,
you have lot of friends.
Yes,
I can probably even afford a 500,000 wedding or a 1 million wedding. Yeah, but when I was a young man, I just came from school, from college. I am marrying a young girl, 27 years ago.
Yeah.
We practically didn't have friends. You see? Like today, I have friends who can sponsor my wedding even without me using a kobo. Now, if a young man compete with me,
yes,
he will be in error.
Very true.
You see?
Very true.
Yeah, he will be in error.
Because you've had time to build networks.
Yes, now I have time to build networks.
Yes.
But because now we don't want just to enter into a marriage and then probably legalize our wedding later. We are encouraging the young people to marry in the church.
Yes.
I have also joined a wedding on a Thursday with nobody, with just a few elders.
Yes.
During the COVID-19.
Yeah. By the way, yes.
It set us an example.
Very
true.
People
are just taking COVID-19 as on the negative. But COVID-19 set a very good example that people can marry in a very humble way.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember like my niece. We had done our they had done their pre-wedding, and all of a sudden the lockdown was looming.
Yes.
I asked them, you guys, you know, when the lockdown comes, you'll not be able to do this thing.
Yes.
So don't wait until April.
Actually,
I called their bishop and we joined them on a loud march. A very quick wedding. We just called the parents, we prayed for them.
Yeah.
Because all what is important is the parental blessing.
Yeah.
Actually, the government asked for parental consent. It's not even issues of dowry. They ask for consent. Have you informed your parents? Have they agreed? Are they in agreement into that? Then what do you need from there? You yourself, your spouse, the best couple, and your pastor.
Bas.
5 people.
Kwisha maneno.
Munakula mandazi munaenda nyumbani. So you should not beg money. You should not beg money on that.
I like what you're saying. Yeah. There's one time in our church we did a wedding on Sunday. The young man
I've done several.
Yeah, did not want to spend much. We told him, what's kind of pressure? You come with the bride to church on Sunday. The congregation is there. We usually take tea after the service, so even the reception.
The reception.
Sound is here, the pastors are here.
Yeah.
And we did the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move to something else, Pastor, because 2 people are coming together. They're coming together into union as a man and a wife.
Yeah.
At what point do they need to begin to talk about their finances? Because now the assumption is they will need to bring their finances together as they start building this family. So at what point do they start talking about money issues? Is it after they get married or is it before they get married, and how do they navigate through this conversation? Najua pesa inashikaga mahali kwa roho.
Pesa inashikaga mahali kwa roho. But you see, people think like money is the greatest wealth. But in wealth, the first and foremost, in wealth we say number 1, wealth is wisdom. Wisdom is wealth number 1. Number 2 wealth is relationship. Relationship. And that's where now a man and a woman is coming together.
Yes.
Actually, when we are trying to classify now money, the finances, or what we call the liquid money, it's number 7.
Number 7?
Yes. It's the last one.
Wow.
So it should not bring money into, like it is number 1 in the family. Number one in the family is you and your spouse and your children, and probably the people around you. Because you can eat when you don't have money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you go and meet a friend and
Yes.
like now today I came here, I took a cup of tea, I didn't pay.
Yes.
Just because I have a relationship with the people in the office.
Yeah.
Well, I know it spend some money, but I don't have to have money in my pocket.
In your pocket.
Yeah. So money is not very important.
Okay.
And people should not look like, they should not put it like, I can hide money from my wife or she can hide money from me. Because relationship is number one. If we are in a relationship, then everything else is covered.
Okay.
And we take a very good example with Adam and Eve. God provided them everything.
Yes.
The Bible says they were naked and they did not have,
They were not ashamed.
they were not ashamed.
Yeah.
So you should, if you are marrying this lady and you are planning to live with her the rest of your life, you'll be clothing and you'll be entering into the same bed and lock, and then you're hiding money. You have a problem.
There's a big problem.
There is a big problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I identify some of these issues? Because that's why I was asking, at what point do we begin the discussions about money? Because I find it very interesting, just like you said, people share a home together, they share a bed together, but they hide money.
They hide the money.
Yeah. So at what point would you advise a couple to start talking about money?
Yes, another bishop was telling us there are some people who will, when they come first thing in the evening, they have to visit their dogs, they have to visit their chicken. You may think they love chicken, they love their dogs, but they are going there to hide money. So the most important thing is that we need to understand that, did I get this lady or did I get this man from God? Because not all marriages are joined by God. That's why Jesus said, those God have joined. Because there are people who have joined themselves, the others who have been joined by the church, and others by their pastors. And that's where the problem is. Because there are those women who will see money and they will now start planning for that money. They start controlling that money. There are those men who see money and they start controlling that money. The most important thing is that we need to understand first that money is not that which comes first.
Yeah.
What comes first is relationship.
Yes.
And we should be friends. You know, even nowadays, even in our families, we are using things like welfare.
Yeah.
If you did this to me, I also do the same.
I'll do this to you, yeah.
But you see, in a family, we should not be doing things so that we are expecting some returns. We are friends. We are brothers. Sisi ni ndugu. You see? So that's the first step. We build our relationships. So the moment you build your relationship and you are sure that this is the right guy or this is the right girl that I'm going to marry, and I'm sure that this girl has come from the Lord, there is nothing for me to hide. Yeah. There is nothing for me to hide. So you can bring the issue of money before. And let me tell you something. When people are getting married, they don't have so many issues.
Yeah.
They don't have. Sometimes they even exchange even their pin.
Yes.
They don't have issues. Issues comes after.
After.
Yeah. So when people are getting married or when they are courting, they don't have issues. I know, like today, there are so many women who do not have the pin to their husband's probably account or M-Pesa.
Yes.
Something as little as M-Pesa.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, Pastor James. Even if your wife does not know, or even if you as a wife does not know the pin, there must be a lady somewhere who knows
the pin.
Yeah. Because men do not hide secrets to those people who they are in relationship. Probably, even if my wife doesn't know the pin of my phone, my daughter knows. Yes. It is not possible for a man to hide, even if it is not outside there.
Yeah.
Probably the daughters in the
Yes.
house,
Yes.
one or two of them, they
They
know
know.
the pin of that phone.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
an interesting thought.
Yeah, you cannot hide something from a woman entirely. It is
Yeah.
not possible. Or even probably your mother.
Yeah.
So it is important for us to know how should I have the pin. You don't ask for it. You just come close. You just come for it. You just come close to the man.
You don't have to ask for it.
You don't have to ask for it. They say the way to the man is through the stomach.
Through the stomach.
So there is no way you will fail to enter into a man.
Financial clinic, talking about marriage and financial implications. We have Pastor Julius Murage with us in studio this morning, and interesting conversation we're having. Pastor, before we answer the question I was asking earlier, there's a very interesting comment here. This is from a wife. She says, I don't have to know the pin.
Oh, good.
A husband's pin, so
Yeah.
long as I'm taken care of. My husband is secretive, but he provides kila kitu, even Dania, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think it is good because she is happy. One thing is she is happy.
Yeah.
Probably the element that I may have a problem with is that he is very secretive.
Yes. Why?
Why should you be secretive?
Yeah.
I advise him not to be secretive because we are, families are losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
Some people have lost buildings, they have
Yes,
lost
land.
land, they have lost insurance money.
Because they never knew it was
Because
there.
they never knew it was there.
Yes.
So it is not good for you to be too secretive. I know there is fear that when some spouses knows some of these things, like
Yeah.
the insurance, they
Yeah.
know they can be paid if you are gone. They can plan for that, and that's why I'm saying we should start from a place of the Word of God,
Yeah.
where the Bible talks of love your wife as Christ loved the church until he died.
Yeah.
What we normally tell men is that they should die for their wives. So when you are dead, you don't have anything outside. You cannot change the covenant because you are dead.
Yeah.
Now, also the Bible talks of wives, be submissive or submit to your own husband.
To your own husband.
As you submit to the Lord. If you are able to submit is to patasa, the way the carpet lie low. You have nothing beneath. There is nothing that you are hiding. You don't have some cards.
Yeah.
If we are able to operate like that, there is no need of being secretive.
Very true.
At the same time, there is no need of somebody chocolating my phone. You see? Because they know there's nothing I'm hiding.
There's mutual
and
trust.
that pin I have put there, I've not put for her.
No.
But she has not also no need of going back to that. To shake my phone, because if I was employed as a CS, probably interior. If today the president decided to give me a job, and I am employed as the CS interior, my wife will not be shaking my phone. You see, the reason why people shake the phones is because we are petty, we are low class. If they are high class, mtu hawezi kuwa nakuja ati wewe mke wako amepata kazi ati yeye ndiye permanent secretary kwa interior na wewe unachokora ama you are employed as an intelligence guy, and then your children are checking your phone. So the problem is that we have a problem of low class. That does not mean that we are secretive. If you are not working for NIS, you should not be secretive.
You should not be secretive.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the whole loan thing.
Yeah.
How should this be handled? I know of a case of a couple who got married. And it is after they got married that the woman realizes that this man had taken a huge loan, which he can't pay. So now I have to service that loan. And you feel cheated because he didn't disclose this before we got married. Now we are committed. Now I'm discovering ukona deni hapa, ukona deni hapa, ukona deni hapa. So is it important to discuss these things? And if yes, at what point do you discuss these things?
Yeah, if you have a loan, you know you are not free. We also say that people, when we are joining wedding, we tell people that they should be sober.
Yes, they should be sober.
They should be sober.
Yeah.
You cannot join a wedding of somebody who has got who is antagonized with other things. That's why there is a government requirement for checking or for whether you were previously married. There is such. There is a lot of work, and that's why I normally tell people, even if you're not going to go that wedding way, please go the legal way. Let's do some due diligence.
Yes.
In our cultures, they were checking whether if this tribe can also marry this tribe, or this clan can marry this clan, because they knew that there are some intrigues that could bring some problems.
Yeah.
Like now, the government requires that we should be able to know whether even these people have, we have done blood tests. In cases like HIV, and also hepatitis, and also lasers, you know, because there is a future.
Yes, we are looking at the future.
We are looking at the future.
And trying to protect that future.
Yeah, the problem of many marriages, they are based on sex. They are based on fantasies and infatuations. And when you latch into a marriage because of these things, it is so easy for you to be trapped into a debt.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Which is not good.
So we should be, first of all, be sober. You should not be hyper. You know, people just get married because they met somewhere, they were singing, or somebody just saw a young lady holding a microphone and she said, let me have the girl and the music.
Yes.
No, it should not be like that. You should sober up. Yeah?
Yeah.
You should not be hyper. You should be in good mind condition. And that's how you'll even be able to know that you'll be able even to talk about finances.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some churches that do not care about counseling, but it is very, very important for a pastor to take these people through counseling. So that now you may not be able to ask your girl whether she has got loan, or whether she has a baby in the village, but the counselor is able to ask all those questions. Do you have a loan? Did you pay your help? Did you go to the university? How did you because he is not in love. You know, the counselor is not in love. It is good for you to submit. You know, some of these things we are not able to ask because we are in love.
Yes.
Yeah, we are thinking of sausages and samosas. But when you go to the counselor, because he is not in love,
yes,
he'll be able to ask some of those questions.
Very important questions.
Yes, there are some questions that are very pertinent. Did you have any other relationship in the past? Did you finish paying your university loan?
Yes.
Some of those questions, when you are in love, you can't go to the details.
Yes.
But when you submit yourself to a counselor, to a couple, they will be able to ask those questions for you. Yeah. So before people get married, they should go through counseling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They should be submitted to some people who can be able to help them, and that's how you can discover. And it is not good for you to get married when you have some financial baggages.
Yes.
It is not good
unless you have discussed.
Yeah. Unless you have discussed
and you have found a way forward, both of you in agreement.
Yeah.
There are also situations where I've seen people get married, and the issue now becomes usually it's the man. You have some financial obligations that you did not disclose. You pay school fees for your brother. This is the kind of support you send back to your parents. And now you've come together, and your wife is thinking, we never talked about that. No, we need to build our lives. You know, how do you handle that? And at what point do you need to talk about that? Because sometimes parents also can become a bit demanding, especially now, because since as a single man, this is what I was doing because I could afford it. But now I'm getting married, I'm beginning my own family. They expect it to continue that way or even to grow. Si bibi yako pia iko na kazi, mtume zingine zaidi. How do you discuss those issues?
That's why there is that aspect of a man shall live. You know, it's very clear in the Bible.
Yes.
A man shall live and they cleave.
Leave his father and mother and cleave with his wife.
Yeah, leave his father and mother and they cleave. To cleave means when you get cement, water,
yes,
ballast, sand, you mix together and you vibrate. That's what it means to cleave. So now from there,
you can't separate.
You can't separate. And you know, the parents on the other side cannot be saying, you know, this is my daughter.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He is your daughter, but now they are. If she is coming, they have to come both.
Both of them,
yes,
because they are one.
Because they are one. They have cleaved and they have become. He has cleaved and they have become one. So there is no way you can have part of that. And it is very, very important also for parents to understand that. Because we are all parents, even those who are not married, they will get into that.
Yeah.
They will become parents. It is very, very important for people to understand that when people get married and they are declared one, they are no longer two. You cannot have one.
Yeah.
Actually, wisdom is, if you want to talk to that girl, talk to the man.
Talk to the man.
Because she has another head now. Yeah, the head of that family. You even if you are the father of the girl, the head of that girl have shifted.
Yes.
The headship is now with the man, the husband.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important. If you want to talk to that girl, you should talk to the man. You should talk to the man.
Yes.
Yeah. It is very, very important. So you don't have some other financial obligations. Nobody, when you get married, you don't have other financial. Everything that belonged to the man now belongs to both of you.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, even in the law of Kenya, yeah, if I had given you something as a friend, the day you get married, if I don't collect that thing one day before the date of marriage, that thing automatically becomes the property of your wife. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can't really talk of that I have other financial, you know, I have my siblings. No, there's nothing like that. If there was that arrangement, you have now to talk again and rediscuss. We negotiate.
Now you're entering into a new order of things.
Yeah, you have entered into a new, practically it is a whole new thing. Yes. It's good for you to continue helping your parents.
Yes.
But now under new terms. Yes.
Which both of you are agreeing.
You cannot say tumekutana nikiwa na meno that tu na mimi nilikuwa nasaidia baba yangu. No. Ni tukae chini sasa tukubaliane.
Na hizo meno zako 32.
Na hizo meno zako. Ama uende ukaolewe nyumbani na baba yako na mama yako.
Wow.
Yes.
It sounds harsh, but it's the truth.
It is harsh, but you know it is as blunt as that.
Yeah.
It is Jesus who put it that way. God also put it that way. That's why Adam, when he woke up from his deep sleep, one thing before he got this woman, the Bible says that he was put into a deep sleep. That deep sleep means death. It also means to be stupefied. Alifanywa mjinga. Now, for you to continue with that, now when he woke up, he said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She will be called, you know, when that moment comes, everything changes. Because your son died. Your daughter died. This is a new thing.
This is a new thing.
Yes. When those people, they knelt down before the priest and the parents and you blessed them.
Yes.
You change the chemistry. You cannot start saying my daughter. No.
I like that.
Yeah. You cannot be saying
it's a deep thing.
Yeah, it's a deep thing. Yeah. You cannot go to a theater and after you get out of the theater,
Yes.
you start thinking, you start thinking like this is the person that I was with. Mtu kwanza ataenda ICU, I had HDU, I had general ward, ama I had nini, ama apelekwa mochari.
True.
You cannot be saying, my son, wapi? Mtu ambaye alipitishwa hivi hapa.
Pastor, one thought, 1 minute, because my time is up.
Okay.
For that couple now who have come together, because we talked about these two coming together as one. If a couple was to come to you and ask, Pastor, how would you advise us to handle our finances moving forward as husband and wife? What 1 or 2 things would you tell them?
It is always advisable to handle finances together, because the two were one. The two are one.
Yeah.
And they are naked and they are not ashamed.
Yes.
It's very, very important for us to emphasize that and ask them to build their relationship. Don't work on finances. Work on the relationship. And when you have a good relationship, money will flow.
I like that.
More money will come.
I like that.
Pesa haitaki mahali kuna makelele. Money, we call it currency.
Yes.
Because it is current.
Yes.
It flows.
It flows.
Money flows. Mukiwa na makelele, itapotea.
Yeah.
Lakini sasa kama muko sawa.
Yes.
Kama hamuna shida na hiyo pesa, even if you don't even put a lot of emphasis on money.
Yeah.
You put a lot of emphasis on
the relationship.
You love and submit to one another.
Yes.
Usually, money will flow. More money will come.
I like that.
Yes. Wealth will always come where there is money. Another thing, money comes where there is a vision.
Yeah.
Money flows where there is a vision. When you have a good vision for your family, money will come.
Money will come.
Yes. Wealth will come.
Mchungaji leo umenichekesha
sana. Wacha kutafuta pesa. Pesa haitafutwi. Tafuta mahusiano.
Mahusiano.
Ukitafuta mahusiano na ujenge mahusiano, pesa itakuja.
Hey, man of God.
Yes.
I think I need to have you back.
Thank you.
Wow, you really
you can always have me.
You've made me happy today, but my time is up. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, good.
Yes, thank you. I love the parting shot. Build relationships. Don't focus on the money.
Yes.
The money will come.
Money will
Build your marriage relationship, and the rest will follow. I love it. Even the Bible says where there's unity, God commands a blessing.
Another thing.
My time is up, my friend.
Oh, your time is up.
Yes.
I wanted to say that people should allow, men should allow women to handle money.
Yes.
Because Proverbs that one.
Yes.
Yes. Proverbs that one.
Hiyo tutakuita tu.
Wacha kununua mpaka kiberiti. Peana pesa.
Peana pesa ya kiberiti wewe.
Yes.
Wacha kununua mpaka kiberiti wewe. I have to shut it down. My time is up. We have to shut down the clinic. Daktari anaenda kuhudumia watu wengine, waache kuenda kununua kibiriti.
Yes.
Until next week for another session, do have a good day and God bless you.
Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever we upload new fresh content every day. Stay tuned and enjoy fresh, uplifting content.